Egypt 3,000 years of unbroken power. Pyramids that defy physics, pharaohs who called themselves gods. But here's what they don't teach you in school. The pyramids weren't built by slaves. Cleopatra lived closer to the iPhone than to the pyramids, and one Egyptian queen erased herself from history on purpose. For 30 centuries, Egypt dominated the ancient world. Then in less than 100 years it vanished. In this documentary, you'll discover the entire hidden history of Egypt from the first pharaoh to the last mystery they still won't explain. This is core history. Let's uncover what they buried. 5,000 years ago, while most humans lived in mud huts, one civilization was building monuments that would outlast empires. Ancient Egypt wasn't just a kingdom, it was a superpower that lasted longer than the Roman Empire, the British Empire, and the United States. But here's the twist. Everything you think you know about Egypt? Probably wrong. The Great Pyramid wasn't a tomb. King Tut wasn't even important. And the Sphinx? It might be older than Egypt itself. Let's start at the very beginning, with a king who united two warring kingdoms and changed history forever. Around 3100 BC, a warrior named Narmer did something no one had done before. He conquered both Upper and Lower Egypt and crowned himself the first pharaoh. This moment created the world's first unified nation-state. But Narmer's descendants had bigger plans. Literally. In 2580 BC, Pharaoh Khufu ordered the construction of the Great Pyramid of Giza. Here's what they won't tell you. It wasn't built by slaves. Recent archaeological evidence proves it was built by paid workers, skilled laborers who lived in nearby villages, received wages, and even went on strike when rations ran low. The Great Pyramid stood 481 feet tall, the tallest man-made structure on Earth for 3,800 years. It contains 2.3 million stone blocks, some weighing 80 tons. And here's the mystery. We still don't know exactly how they moved them. No pulleys. No wheels. No iron tools. Just copper chisels, wooden sledges, and human ingenuity. Some engineers believe they used internal ramps. Others think they floated the stones on canals. The truth? It died with the builders. But pyramids weren't just tombs, they were resurrection machines. Egyptians believed the pharaoh's soul would climb the pyramid's slopes like a stairway to the sun god Ra. Death wasn't the end. It was a transformation. If you're fascinated by ancient mysteries like this, hit that subscribe button right now. We're Core History, where we dig deeper into the stories they don't teach in school. New videos every week. Now, back to Egypt's darkest secret. For 500 years, Egypt thrived. Then, around 2200 BCE, everything fell apart. Climate change, yes, even back then, triggered a mega-drought. The Nile's floods failed. Crops died. Starvation spread. Regional governors seized power, and Egypt fractured into civil war. This period, called the First Intermediate Period, was Egypt's Dark Ages. But around 2050 BC, a new dynasty from Thebes reunified Egypt and launched the Middle Kingdom, a golden age of art, literature, and expansion. Pharaohs like Senusret III pushed Egypt's borders into Nubia, securing gold mines and trade routes. Then came Egypt's greatest humiliation. Around 1650 BC, a mysterious group called the Hyksos, foreign invaders from the east, swept into Egypt with advanced weapons, horse-drawn chariots, and composite bows. Egypt had never seen technology like this. The Hyksos conquered the Nile Delta and ruled northern Egypt for over 100 years. Here's what they don't tell you. The Hyksos weren't barbaric destroyers. They adopted Egyptian culture, worshipped Egyptian gods, and even called themselves pharaohs. But native Egyptians never forgot the invasion. It became their national trauma and their motivation for revenge. Around 1550 BC, a Theban prince named Ahmose drove the Hyksos out of Egypt and founded the New Kingdom, the most powerful empire Egypt would ever see. This is the Egypt of legends. Hatshepsut, the female pharaoh who dressed as a man. Thutmose III, who conquered more territory than any pharaoh before him. Akhenaten, who tried to destroy Egypt's gods and replace them with one. the sun Discaton, and then King Tutankhamun. Here's the secret. King Tut was a nobody. He died at 19, ruled for less than 10 years, and accomplished almost nothing. So why is he the most famous pharaoh? Because he was forgotten. While other pharaohs' tombs were raided for centuries, Tut's tomb was buried under rubble and lost. When Howard Carter discovered it in 1922, it was nearly untouched or filled with gold, chariots, and treasures. Tut became famous because he failed to be remembered. But the New Kingdom's greatest mystery isn't Tut, it's Ramses II. Ramses the Great ruled for 66 years, fathered over 100 children, and built more monuments than any pharaoh in history. He fought the Hittites at the Battle of Kadesh, one of history's first recorded battles, and claimed total victory, even though it was actually a stalemate. After Ramses II died in 1213 BCE, Egypt never recovered. Weak pharaohs, economic collapse, and invasions from the mysterious Sea Peoples brought chaos. By 1070 BCE, the New Kingdom was over. Egypt limped through the Third Intermediate Period, ruled by Libyan warlords and Nubian kings. Then came the ultimate humiliation. In 525 BC, the Persian Empire conquered Egypt. For the first time in 2,500 years, Egypt was ruled by foreigners. Alexander the Great liberated Egypt in 332 BCE, but after his death, his general Ptolemy took control. The Ptolemaic dynasty ruled Egypt for 300 years, but they weren't Egyptian. They were Greek, and that brings us to Cleopatra VII, the last pharaoh. Cleopatra wasn't Egyptian. She was Greek. But here's what makes her remarkable. She was the first Ptolemaic ruler in 300 years to actually learn the Egyptian language. She aligned herself with Egyptian religion, presented herself as the reincarnation of the goddess Isis, and tried desperately to save Egypt. It didn't work. After losing to Rome at the Battle of Actium in 30 BCE, Cleopatra took her own life. Egypt became a Roman province. The age of pharaohs was over. 3,000 years of civilization ended. Asterisk, asterisk. So, what don't they want you to know about Egypt? 1. The pyramids were never tombs. Not a single pharaoh's body has ever been found inside a pyramid. Not one. So, what were they really for? Power plants? Astronomical observatories? We still don't know. 2. The Sphinx is older than we think. Geological evidence suggests water erosion on the Sphinx, but the Sahara hasn't had that much rainfall in over 10,000 years. That would make the Sphinx older than Egyptian civilization itself. 3. Egypt's knowledge vanished. The Library of Alexandria, which held centuries of Egyptian wisdom, was burned. The secrets of pyramid construction, mummification chemistry, and ancient medicine? Lost forever. And 4. Egypt's legacy lives on. Greek philosophy borrowed from Egyptian priests. Roman architecture copied Egyptian obelisks. Even modern medicine uses techniques from Egyptian surgeons who performed brain surgery 3,000 years ago. Egypt didn't just build monuments. It built the foundation of Western civilization, and we're still uncovering its secrets. So there you have it, the entire history of Egypt, from Narmer's unification to Cleopatra's fall. 3,000 years. Dynasties rose and fell. Pharaohs built immortality in stone and then silence. But the questions remain: how did they build the pyramids? What happened during the missing years? And what other secrets are still buried beneath the sand? If you want more deep dives like this, subscribe to Core History right now and hit that like button if this blew your mind. Drop a comment telling me Rome, Mesopotamia, the Maya, what ancient civilization we should cover next. I'm digging through history so you don't have to. New videos every week.